Hi everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome in. So I want to talk a bit about pine pollen. So I'll get into that shortly, but hope you've all had a good day. I went to the gym earlier today, so had a good session there. How are we doing tonight, everybody? Hello, Kevin. Mr. Gonzalez. How you doing, Mr. Gonzalez? Alright. How you doing tonight? Hope you're well. What's everybody been up to today? Has everybody had a good day then? Let's just put something in the chat real quick. Just trying to encourage people to subscribe and like and all that stuff. I'll put please like, share, and subscribe. So there we go. So let's just pin that. So how are you doing tonight, everybody? I hope you're all well. So yeah, hopefully that helps. But yeah, just what's everybody been up to today? Has everybody had a good day then? So I'm going to get into talking about pine pollen soon, because I've been doing some research on this. It was something I researched a while ago, but turns out there could be a lot of potential benefits, not just on testosterone, but there seems to be some other benefits like antioxidant effects and other tons of different nutrients that it has. It's said to have up to about 200 different nutrients in it, so that's very nutrient packed. I would call it a superfood, but it doesn't seem to get talked about that much actually. But I've enjoyed Thanksgiving. I ate for a whole 2 hours, and then I made $800 just shoveling snow with the attachment on the Jeep. I cleared the parking lot. Took me 3 hours. Oh, that's good. So $800 in 3 hours, was it? Oh, that's good. Yeah, I guess it's good money, that stuff then, is it? Oh, I didn't realise it was so much. Well, I thought maybe it'd be like $80. Like $800, are you sure? That is a lot of money, that. Anyway, how are we doing tonight, everybody? Hope you're all well. So I'm going to get into, talk about the effects of pine pollen, because there's a lot of guys that are like, oh, looking into TRT and stuff like that. So, alright, Sherba, how you doing? I'm blessed to have a great community here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to try and get into this topic of pine pollen. So pine pollen is the male reproductive part, I believe, of the pine tree. So it's like, so you've got the pine cone, which is the female part, and the pine, what's it called? It's got a name for it, but it's but we'll call it the pine pollen pod thing, whatever you call it. It's basically in spring. It's when it is ready, and you can actually shake it and actually get like dust come off it. And yeah. Oh, really? I didn't know about that. Yeah, it's just where I live, I can't really do that because in the UK it doesn't really snow that much. But I've heard actually up in Scotland and some of the more remote parts of it, they do get people shoveling snow and stuff. But for the most part, the UK doesn't really get enough snow for it to become a real big issue. Like I said, unless you're in the remote parts. So yeah, I hope everyone's well tonight. So contracts. All right. Yeah. Isn't it better to just like do your own business or something instead of working for somebody else? Do you mean like that you have contracts to like work for, like say like, for individual people rather than companies? Because when I think of like contracts, I'm thinking of like people get working for somebody else or something. But yeah, so this so pine pollen, it's the it's the male part of the like can actually like turn into female or something. I don't know. It's but basically, it's said to have what's called phytoandrogens, which are basically what it means is that plant-based androgens. So like they mimic the qualities of our androgens like testosterone and DHEA and stuff like that, which is, you know, something that apparently it helps to increase the amount of testosterone in our bodies. So this might be good news for people who are getting older and, you know, if they're looking into things like TRT, this might be an option to like naturally increase it with a phytoandrogen. But I don't know if there's any benefit for like younger people taking it. Maybe if you want to like optimize muscle mass, I don't know. There's said to be possibly some benefit, but it depends how much it increases testosterone. Because some argue that if you increase your testosterone by maybe 100 or 200 points, you're probably not going to see a massive change to your like physique or anything, because it just isn't really going to be that noticeable. It's like, but you know, if you're having low levels of testosterone, it might benefit you in some ways, like in terms of things like libido and stuff like that. So that might be something to look into if you're struggling to, you know, kind of get an erection or something like that. You know, if you're struggling with that sort of, you know, like sexual health or whatever you want to call it, it's like that might be something to look into. That pine pollen, you know, people take these like things like Viagra, like Band-Aid kind of solutions and stuff like that. But that's what I think it is anyway. I mean, maybe Viagra can be good for certain people, but I think that we have to look at, say, like the you know, like testosterone and try to optimize that. I think as much as we can, if we're getting low levels, then look at natural ways of optimizing it. Then we can sort of look at other options like TRT or whatever. There's also a thing called enclomiphene, which apparently is something that I think it's something to do with it reducing estrogen or something, or reducing the conversion into it. I'm not 100% sure, but you know, if there's people out there that, you know, who need to, you know, maybe they're hypogonadal or something like that, maybe that can be, you know, it's something to look into. Pine pollen. There is other things like adaptogens and stuff like that some people who have low testosterone might benefit from. You know, if you have a lot of stress going on in your life, and that might be triggering low testosterone. High cortisol levels are linked to low testosterone, so it's got this like seesaw effect where it's like when one's high, the other's low, and vice versa. It's just yeah, so it's important that we, you know, see if we can actually increase testosterone. There's people that swear by it. I don't know how much, and maybe it depends on each individual as to how much of a response you get. Who knows? But some people claim that it can really increase the testosterone. I remember talking with someone who, you know, I was talking about it too, and they said that they tried it, and they actually got, I think they said that they got morning wood or something like that, or I don't know if they got morning wood, or they had some kind of like, they noticed that they were getting more of libido or something from it, if I remember correctly. So that seems to suggest that it at least worked for him somewhat, that maybe his testosterone had gotten a bit low on, you know, with his older age, and then was able to correct it with the pine pollen. Well, but some people were concerned that like it may suppress natural testosterone, but I don't think it does that. And in fact, I think they've said that it might actually help to flush out excess estrogen. We don't know for sure, but they reckon it actually improves the testosterone to estrogen ratio. So yeah, so that's something to kind of look into, really. Hello, Mid Mac VR, how you doing? So maybe it can help with yeah, just like hormonal balance for men, especially older men who are, you know, once you get to like 50s, 60s, that kind of age, and if you're starting to get low testosterone, that might be a way to bring it back up a bit and feel young again, you know, because it said that it might have some kind of rejuvenating effects, and also as a longevity supplement, like with lots of antioxidants and things like that. But I was also looking into like supplement called anthocyanin, which is something that can be gotten from foods like elderberries, blackberries, blueberries, and bilberries, things like that. Things that are like dark blue in colour. I think generally they have that. So that's something to kind of look into, and it was saying that it can help to prevent the oxidation of testosterone or something like that. Not 100% sure, don't quote me on it, but it said to have some improvements on protecting the I think the Leydig or whatever it's called, the Leydig cells or something like that. Basically, that's where the testosterone is produced. I believe it in the gonads, which is, yeah, basically you want to improve the antioxidant effects so that you can produce more, or at least preserve more, because the more, say like a hormone it oxidizes, then the less it's going to be effective, the less bioavailable it's going to be. So antioxidants have very great benefits. Some people say, like, you know, vitamin C is really important as well. So, you know, if you're low in vitamin C, then try to eat some more fruit and things like dark green vegetables. I believe a lot of them have it. Things like spinach and stuff like that. There's a lot of foods that have vitamin C in them, so check out, make sure you're getting enough of that. And that's said to help with, I believe it's meant to help somewhat with testosterone, but don't quote me on it. But we should be trying to like optimize our natural testosterone, I believe, first, before looking into more unnatural ways. Just because that's just what I believe in. That's oftentimes unnatural things can come with unintended consequences. Generally, natural things are, in my opinion, they're safer usually. There is certain caveats to that, but oftentimes as well, the natural ways oftentimes come with a lot of other benefits. Like if we take things like pine pollen, it might get other benefits from it. I was thinking about whether I should try it and see how it goes. It said to have vitamin D. Yeah, you can get vitamin D from a lot of sources really, but hello Pedro, how you doing? But just said to have a little bit of vitamin D, but it's not, unless you're taking copious amounts, it's probably not going to be enough. But it's got a whole bunch of other nutrients like vitamins. I believe it's got vitamin A, I think it said it had some B vitamins. What else did it say it has? Vitamin D, like I said, it's got, I believe it's got both D2 and D3. Some say D3 is better, but yeah, it's got, what else has it got? Yeah, it's quite high in protein if you take the powder, but I wouldn't necessarily use it as a protein supplement just because it's really expensive stuff, unless you get it yourself. But it is possible to maybe harvest it yourself actually. But some people like taking like a tincture. But yeah, but they usually use alcohol, so yeah, that might go against some people's beliefs and things like that. But I'm not sure. I think I remember there was another way. I think maybe they'd use something like apple cider vinegar or something like that. I'll have to look more into that though, as to whether that can be a way to take it in a tincture form. I was looking into it, like, because they were saying that they do like cracked cell wall or something, which doesn't sound very natural really, but I was actually looking into that, and some argue that it doesn't really make that big of a difference whether you crack the cell wall or not. Because they were saying that the stomach's acids actually break it down enough to actually become useful for it to, but they were arguing that there might be some downsides to the processing of it. So I don't know. I don't know what to believe really, but basically, yeah, it's something that you could just like potentially go and harvest if you have it around where you live. you'd have to be able to go and identify it. So, but there is like AI stuff that can do that now. But yeah, you just go and you can shake it and then just maybe get like a kind of bag or something or some container, and then just like shake it into it, and then or you could just take off the whatever you call them, like the buds or whatever, and just kind of, then you can just kind of process it at home or something. So there is ways of like getting it without having to pay a lot of money, but you wouldn't be able to do that all year round, but maybe you could get enough to last you for like a few months or something, I guess. Hope you're all doing well tonight. We've got 6 people watching, so yeah, again, if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. But yeah, just something to look into. I thought I'd talk about this because something I've been researching. Just wondering if anyone's ever heard of this thing. I was looking a bit into ginseng, which is some kind of like Eastern medicine, whatever, for like, said to help with reduction of cortisol, and it is said to potentially help with testosterone and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know for certain, but that's something I was looking into as well. But again, it probably is going to benefit more or for people who naturally, or not naturally, or they are having a lot of stress in their life. So these herbs can help to offset some of that, potentially. Hope everyone's well. But yeah, this pine pollen stuff also apparently has some immune system benefits as well. So that's something to look into, I think. And so if you're prone to like illnesses and stuff like that, maybe it could be something to supplement. But I was also looking at anthocyanins are said to be like an antimicrobial. That's probably why they would give people elderberry syrup, because it's probably because of the anthocyanins that are in them, these antioxidants. That it basically, anthocyanins, I believe they're some kind of thing that plants produce to defend themselves. They produce antioxidants to defend themselves against disease. Because yeah, plants are very fragile, so they need to be able to protect themselves. So yeah, that's something that I was looking into, and yeah, so like elderberries can be a good way to get anthocyanin, but there's probably a whole bunch of benefits to that as well. Generally, we want to try and focus on having superfoods, and I think that's something I need to focus on, is trying to get some more superfoods. I did eat some like foraged apples back in summer to like autumn, because it was like there was a lot growing on the trees and stuff, so it's like, yeah, that's free food, get in. So that was good. I had a few plums as well, so, but yeah, in winter it can be a bit yeah, a bit sparse really. But yeah, I want to try and maybe get some rose hips actually. They're like really good for vitamin C. I think they're the third best source of vitamin C. Yeah, so they're like probably about 20 times more vitamin C than oranges. I think it was saying that something like 8 to 40 times more vitamin C than oranges on average, which is crazy, really, isn't it? So yeah, like way more, because people think of like oranges for vitamin C or something, but yeah, you want to look into that probably. There's a whole bunch of other benefits as well. But they do have these seeds in them with hairs on them, and you want to try and get rid of all that. You want to just take all that out before eating it. Well, I've eaten them raw before, which not a lot of people would do that, but I don't mind it actually. But yeah, it's got a lot of nutrients in it, so I might have a look at some of the health benefits. I know some people use rosehip oil on skin and stuff like that. It's got some like nutritional benefits and stuff. So let's have a look at benefits. There's probably a lot of other stuff than just the vitamin C. I remember somewhere they said about like food that's been grown in more stressed environments tend to have more nutrients and like antioxidants. Yeah, so immune system support. So yeah, vitamin C, it's apparently helps to produce white blood cells, antioxidant power, so protecting cells from damage like free radicals, and yeah, so that's it's said to have anti-inflammatory properties. Apparently it contains compounds like galactolipids and polyphenols that help combat inflammation in the joints. Pain and stiffness reduction. Studies suggest that taking rosehip supplements can reduce pain and stiffness associated with osteoarthritis. So that might be something to look into if you're suffering from that. Heart health, lower cholesterol. Some studies show that consuming rosehip can lead to a reduction in total and bad LDL cholesterol. Reduced blood pressure. Rosehip consumption may also contribute to lower blood pressure levels. Skin health, skin barrier support, moisturize and anti-inflammatory, scar reduction. Well, someone was saying about acne scars and stuff like that. Rosehip oil, acne scars. So I'm not too sure, but somebody was saying that there's some potential benefit using rosehip oil, but let's have a look and see if there's any like differences really. So it does seem to be some improvements at least, but how are we all doing tonight, people? Is everybody okay? Can rose oil reduce acne scars? Yes, rosehip oil can help reduce the appearance of acne scars, particularly dark spots and discoloration. Due to its high content of fatty acids, vitamins, and antioxidants, it may improve some scar appearance. It's unlikely to completely erase scars, especially depressed or atrophic ones, and results vary depending on the scar type. So yeah, so I'm thinking about like getting something done about it. I need to sort my skin out to keep getting these, like, I don't know if you see that, but yeah, I just had this random kind of pimples come up. It might be like a hygiene thing. Sometimes I get that, but it could be just that I haven't, kept clean enough with like bed sheets and things like that, or pillow or whatever. That can actually trigger that. So I need to give it a wash, I think, and so that I don't keep getting these sort of things really. I do find that like aloe vera can help with certain things like that, just soothing inflammation or what have you, but it says it can help regenerate skin cells, which can heal scar tissue and improve the texture and appearance of scars. But they were saying atrophic scars, it doesn't work for that or something. Atrophic acne scars. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Apparently it's not meant to, but you've got like rolling scars ice pick scars, boxcar scar, and hyperpigmentation. So yeah, so like, I don't know whether to get like, some people say about a derma roller or a derma stamp or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I should get a session of that done or something, because I don't know if I could do it myself really. Could I just get a session like that or something and just kind of get it done? Yeah, it says apparently a minimum of 6 weeks is recommended between sessions to allow for new collagen formation. 3 to 4 sessions are typical for moderate scarring, but more may be needed for severe cases. So yeah, yeah. So like, yes, I might end up just doing that. I don't know, to get rid of the acne scars. But I saw a thing about like a chemical peel or something, but I don't know if I want to really do that. But let's see if there's anywhere I could like book a session or something. Dermaroller micro needling. Apparently it costs 395 quid. Blimey. But you know, if I'm gonna end up with like, you know, better skin, then it might be worth it. So I have to find out like how I'm gonna get it done. Do the Lux Max and shit, you know, because I want to make sure like my face is looking the best that it can be, really. Okay, go ahead, DGZ Gamer. How you doing? Hope you're well tonight. So yeah, so there's like, you know, videos and stuff where it's showing like people with like improved. Okay, what's that then? Improved appearance of like acne scars and stuff. I mean, I might only need like 1 session of it, because it's not like that it's like really that bad. It's just, but I'd have to just see if like it's something that I can fix really. So it'll probably just help me with my confidence, I guess, if I'm feeling like the best. So I don't know, like, so if I could like book a session now or something. Well, I won't do it right now in the live, but yeah, micro needling and derma roller treatments. So where would I have to go to get it done? Like, yeah, so that might be what I need to go for really, and just apparently it can even help people with wrinkles or something. It says about scars from acne and chickenpox can be improved, and an uneven texture can be smoothed out by microneedling. That's interesting. Pigmentation, so fade dark patches such as pigmentation due to sun damage or aging. Microneedling is a great treatment for you if you have darker skin, because it doesn't involve peels or lasers, which can cause pigmentation issues. Yeah, some people get like quite drastic improvements and stuff. say I don't need to do it, but I don't know. I'm just kind of, I don't know. Maybe it's something I can kind of like document and kind of like share my results and stuff. People might be interested in seeing that stuff. So I want to try and look my best and feel my best. So yeah. Anyway, is everybody okay? Hope everyone's well tonight. Thank you for the likes, everyone. Some people like do it at home and stuff, but I don't know if I would like kind of. I don't know if I would trust myself to do it really. Don't know if anyone, if I know anyone that would do that, because it could be a bit. I don't know. I could like mess everything up, and I don't know. Anyway, probably gonna just get going, I guess. Alright, I'll see you all later.